Hello and welcome to the studio today. One of the things I first started doing when I was doing the videos was I started with the block of the month, and the block of the month that I started with was Winter Wonderland. But I've recently realized that there are so many block of the month that Urban Elements, Applique Elements have done that I'm never going to get to them all, and I just kind of wanted to showcase what they look like so that you have an idea of what's available to you. Now, they're currently not running as a block of the month program anymore because they've already passed their original season, but you can buy many of them as individual blocks or as a whole complete kit. They come really beautifully packaged in a box like this that will have all of the laser cut and pre-fused applique components in a package for each of the blocks. Now, as you can see, I think this was an 8-block kit. Yeah, the Trick or Treat was 8-block kit. I did this sample actually before I even started doing videos, so I really did it exactly the way I wanted to. And since I knew that it was going to be a whole quilt kit, a whole piece, I didn't piece the background squares. I just went ahead and kept my whole background complete, and then I just laid the template underneath on the light box to get my positioning. I think I even added a couple fall leaves to mine because I had bought some add-on applique leaves when I was at the show. So that just goes to show that you can really individualize these kits when you get them. But I really loved this one. Halloween is a fun holiday to decorate for, but I would not want to spend 6 months or a year appliquing a Halloween quilt. So this laser cut and pre-fused applique is a really great way to put out a holiday quilt without having to invest a huge amount of time in doing needle turn, traditional needle turn applique. So this particular quilt is available as just a paper pattern. If you did want to do needle turn applique, it's also available as a self print. So again, you could do needle turn applique or raw edge if you wanted to cut it out yourself. And it also has SVG files, which means if you have a Brother scan and cut or a Cameo silhouette, you could download those SVG files for each of these components and then load the fabric into the machine, and the machine would cut it out for you. We also still have these as a complete kit, and again it would come packaged in a box like this. So that is the Trick or Treat quilt sample. The first one that I actually did for the videos was the Winter Wonderland, and as you can see, I haven't finished quilting it yet, which isn't unusual. I have a lot of tops lying around here, but this is another beautiful holiday quilt. It comes with the batik fabric in the kit, and again this comes as a complete prepackaged kit that you could get. I don't have the box for that one at the moment. This particular one I don't believe has the self-print or the SVG files yet, but at some point those may be available. But this whole quilt kit is available on our website. As you can see, I did piece the blocks on this one. I think it was a little bit wider anyway. I don't know if I could have gotten away with just one width of fabric. But it's a beautiful holiday quilt, and we did this in 2 different formats. We did this wall quilt, which you really could do both, and then we also did a tree skirt. And this is the Winter Wonderland tree skirt. Now we still have the kits available for this as well. Some of the components on these are quite large, so I don't know if these would even go through with the SVG file. But right now we do have the complete kits available for these. This would be really beautiful if you did both the tree skirt and the wall hanging, because they really would coordinate well together. And obviously I didn't use the same fabric as the office did. They did theirs on a dove gray background and I did mine on snowflakes. So this one was completed by the office, and the snowflake sample was one that I did. So both of these are also still available. Oh, and here is the package. I thought I had it somewhere. Nope. Yes, this is Winter Wonderland. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see. This is the package for that. It comes beautifully packaged for this. It would be a different packaging for the tree skirt, but these are also still available. And I really enjoyed this. This was my inauguration block of the month for making the videos, so I have fond memories of that, and I really do want to get it quilted for this coming winter, so I can hang it up. I mean, that's the whole point of me making these. So that was the next one, and after that we're going to get into either Safari or Noah's Ark. We'll see. Our next quilt is called Noah's Ark, and if this isn't one of the most adorable quilts for a child's room, this would be great if you wanted to make it and donate it to a children's hospital, put it in a nursery. I just think it's adorable. It could be cute at the church. This particular one is available as individual blocks, so you could buy just one of the animals individually, like the giraffes or the hippo or whatever item you wanted, or just Noah's Ark itself. So it's available as a whole kit, as individual blocks with the laser cut applique. It's also available as a paper pattern, as a self-print pattern, as SVG files, and this particular kit has 6 components to it, and this would go together really quickly. Really beautiful quilt. And the last one, well, I'm going to do this one next. This one is called Zen Garden. This one is beautifully quilted. It's very bright and cheerful. We get a lot of comments on this at the quilt shows. This particular one is available as individual blocks. It's also available as a paper pattern for each of the blocks. We have the self-print option available for this, and we also have SVG files. So you could download the SVG files onto your Brother or Cameo Silhouette and cut these out in your own fabric. This is an 8-block kit, and again, this would go together really quickly, be really beautiful in a dorm room. So it's a really cute quilt. The next one we have is called On the Road. This On the Road kit has been very popular because of the love bugs, the campers, the scooters. So young people really like this. It would look really cute in a dorm room. It would be a great travel quilt to commemorate a trip of some kind. And these again are available in a couple different colorways, but also as individual blocks. So if you didn't want to try the whole quilt, you wouldn't have to. You could just do some blocks for some room decorations, but also you could add blocks on. So if you wanted to make a quilt with matching pillowcases or a matching travel case, you could. This is available as a paper pattern, as a self-print, and as SVG files for each of the components. So you could use this as an option for each of the different fabrics. You could choose your own and have it coordinate with the room that you're going to put it in. So again, this is another really fun quilt for young people and old people alike that actually have some memories of the love bug and the love bus. One of the things you've probably seen me working on are these two kits. This is Dog Park and Alley Cat. We're actually trying to compete and see which one comes out as the fan favorite for these. And just to show you, these are the beautiful packaging that they come in if you order a complete kit. And each kit comes inside individually packaged. They're beautifully packaged. They have a color plate on the front that shows you where the exact fabrics go. The fabric you see on the front is the fabric in the back. We have all of the pieces that are laser cut and pre-fused with Steam Seam 2, as well as a full-size pattern for each of the pieces. That's what you would get in a complete kit. And the pattern is for a placement guide, but also if you wanted to use it later to do your own with raw edge or needle turn applique, you absolutely could do that. So those are pre-packaged. If you just ordered a paper pattern only, which these are available in, you would get a paper pattern like this that would have your cutting instructions and your placement guide, and you would just use that to trace out your components. And if you ordered the self-print, you would get an email attachment which would allow you to print these off. You would print this off on your standard paper, and there would be a little bit of taping them together depending on the block, just so you could get the size required from your standard printer. So that would be your self-print option. And then your SVG file you would use with a Cameo Silhouette or a Brother Scan and Cut, so that you could print those with your own fabric. But you can see just how cute some of these blocks are that we've gotten done so far. And those will go together probably in a few more months. I think I'm at month 5, but it could be 4, I'm not sure. So we have Alley Cat, and we also have Dog Park. These are some of the blocks that we have finished so far. In the Dog Park, I'm putting on what looks like a newsprint, which I thought was cute because dogs pee on the newsprint. And for the Alley Cat, we put it on something that looks like a ball of yarn being unraveled, which is what a cat would definitely do. Now these are both available as full kits in the box that you see. We also have them available as self-print, SVG file, and as a paper pattern. But these are also available as individual applique blocks. So if you just wanted one particular dog or one particular cat that was really charming to you, you could just order that one and it would come with the fabric. The pricing is different for those because different size of the blocks, and I'm not going to quote pricing because there's no telling when you would see the video and whether that would be still accurate or not. So that is the Dog Park and Alley Cat, and we're still working on these. We're still in progress, so you'll continue to see these blocks go together as time moves forward. And that is all of the samples that I have, but I'm going to talk about a few of the other blocks that we have, and I'm going to get set up for that because I need notes. There's a lot. Because I don't have samples here in the studio of all of the quilts that I'm going to be talking about, I'm just going to put on some cover photos as I discuss each of the different patterns, just so you can see what they look like. So the first one that we're going to talk about is called A Merry Little Christmas. A Merry Little Christmas, again, is a beautiful holiday quilt, and it is available as a complete 8-block kit. The kit would come with all of the colors of the fabric, laser cut and pre-fused with Steam Seam 2, ready for you to assemble on your own background. It's also available as a paper pattern, self-print option, and I believe it's also available as an SVG file. I've already talked to you about the Alley Cat and the Dog Park, and so the next quilt that we'll talk about is called Daybreak. This was another one of our really popular early block of the month kits, and it's available as a 12-block kit complete. The kit is the product is also available as the self-print option. You could get the paper pattern and the SVG file. The Daybreak is a really beautiful, bright, and cheerful quilt, and it would be great for a dorm room or as a housewarming present for somebody. There's also a beautiful block of the month or complete kilt called Hummingbird Garden. Hummingbird Garden is only a 7-block kit, so it would go together very quickly. It's available as a paper, self-print, or as a SVG file. Another one of the beautiful quilts that we have available is called Radiant Garden. Radiant Garden is another one of our beautiful 10-block kits. The kit comes with all of the fabric pre-selected for you with the laser cut and the pre-fused applique. So it's basically peel, place, and press. It's as simple as that. And if you don't want to commit to a complete quilt kit, we also have some small table runners that are available also. This particular one is called Blossom, and it's a really beautiful quilt on a French braid type table runner. We have a cute quilt that would be great for a housewarming gift called Our House, and that has 8 blocks to the kit. It's also available as individual blocks, so you could buy just 1 or 2 of the houses as you chose. It's available as a paper pattern, so you could do needle turn applique or your own raw edge. It's available as a self-print, so you don't have to wait for that to be delivered. It would be delivered to your email box instead of your mailbox, and it's available as a SVG file. And one of the last options that we have available at the moment is another one that would be great for kids. It's called Safari. This would be really fantastic in a kid's room, but not only is it available as a whole quilt kit, but it's also available as individual blocks if you just wanted to do some type of wall art or a sleepover pillow on a pillowcase. It also comes as a paper pattern, a self-print, and an SVG file. So that wraps up our listing of some of our complete quilt kits that had originally started as a block of the month program, but we're not currently running them as a block of the month because they've already passed their season, but they are still available. These are something that you could do in a Zoom class with some of your friends if you wanted to get together and each do a block together. It would be something fun that you could do with your family. Most of these, are really good for working with younger people who don't have a lot of hands-on sewing skill, because you're just peeling the paper off the back, positioning them, and then an adult could do the ironing, or if they're old enough to handle the iron themselves, they could do the steaming and the ironing as well. So this is something that really could be fun for a multi-generational project in the house, and we have all of these available. And I just want to thank you for stopping by today, and I want to thank Urban Elements, Applique Elements for giving us the opportunity to do these videos for you, and I hope that you have a really good afternoon or evening or morning, I suppose. I am not a morning person. No. I say no to mornings.